you maybe all, but I'm pretty sure you guys see us.
Yes,
we are extremely happy about that. We're excited to present lovely dishes to you today from newly launched in Canadian Cookidoo collection. Oh Canada, the new beginning. That means the new beginning for all of us, bringing heritage traditions to our kitchens with the dishes which many of you probably made at home. Many maybe forgot about them, but thanks to that, what we're going to be doing today, you will remember what is Canadian dish. Today we're going to be preparing pâté chinois, which is a Canadian version of shepherd's pie, and also we will prepare
a maple custard.
Perfect.
It's a awesome, and we have a lot going on here. We have 3 TNCs, and I'm just very excited that we get to co-work together. Eva is Polish, and Alice is Italian. I'm a Chinese, and what a lovely place that we can be in Markham Studio, and we're all Canadian, but that's what Canadian is about. It's multicultural, and we're learning the French Canadian recipes.
That's great. Me and myself and Joanne, we actually will be sharing one recipe, so you're gonna be seeing a lot of actions here happening. You won't be able to smell everything, but we will tell you exactly what we smell. And Alice, at some point, is gonna prepare this lovely maple dessert, maple custard, and we're all gonna enjoy it after. So, why we're here? New collection on Canada was just launched in, and we feel privileged to present a French-Canadian dish, and we hope we're gonna do well and excellent. So thank you so much for being here, and again, I hope everybody's gonna enjoy watching us, and maybe we're gonna inspire you. Maybe you all will be cooking tonight pâté chinois, French-Canadian version of the dish, and as well the dessert for the family. So let's get started.
If I can say, we have a lot, ladies, of welcomes and congratulations.
Thank you.
From Italy, we have Maria, we have Angie, Maria Pena is thanking. So if you want to say hello to all our guests.
So maybe we have to say good afternoon to Mary, good morning to Sam, and good evening to wherever you are. Please take a cup of coffee or tea and just watch us.
Great.
Okay, so we are in the series of presenting recipes, and today, as I mentioned, we're going to be making these delicious dishes, and we're going to be starting right now. So this is happening here in our studio in Markham. I am placing right now on the guided Cookidoo recipe. I'm placing right now oil. Perfect. And then also the next step, sorry, I'm leaning over, but that's what I can do. I need 75 grams of onions. And then the next step, 1 garlic clove, never enough garlic, I'm gonna put 2.
That's the Polish way.
That's a Polish way of cooking. Yes,
and Chinese, as long as you have a lot of
garlic, right?
It smells good.
Yeah, smells good, it keeps on going. There you go, measuring cup on, and then the next part is chopping. So imagine taking out the cutting board, knife, and chop and cry after all, with cutting the onions. So Thermomix did it for us in just 5 seconds. I don't know if you can see it. You can probably see a little pieces here and there. I'm gonna put everything, all ingredients, I'm gonna scrape them down.
You know what? This is my favorite part. I hate cutting onions.
Yeah.
So this is like
We all do.
I know. I don't like crying.
Yeah. We all love when this is done in Thermomix this way. We just go away. It's done. Now it's gonna saute for 3 minutes. So that's the next part. And we're gonna be doing this without measuring cup on temperature varoma. As everybody knows, varoma is one of the highest temperature here, 140 degrees. And why do we do this on varoma here? First of all, we want to kill the bitterness of onions. We want to bring the softness to the onion, right? And the smell. Why without measuring cup? We don't want the additional moist to stay in the mixing bowl. Next part is gonna be meat, which is gonna go in the bowl. But after this is done. Now, with the French Canadian version of, shepherd's pie, we use beef. But generally speaking, people can use whatever they like. You can use your leftovers from Sunday's dinner, right? Roast beef and even gravy in it, right? Some sausages. We just give you a little idea, tips and hints. So, you will all know how to go and do a little hunting in your fridge and see. You can smell it, right?
Smell it right here.
Yeah.
Amazing. I can even smell it from here.
Yes, we're here in the studio, and I bet whoever is working somewhere beside us, they're all jealous. So that's great. So whatever you have in the fridge, you just use it. You just put it in, and the most important part is to keep the layers, because that's the beauty of that pie, right?
Yes.
How do you do this, ladies at home? Do you have your special way of doing this?
It's whatever that you have to layer it. And
Right.
it's one dish that, not that you hide it, but all the good ingredients are underneath the
Right.
potato.
Right.
But we're the same, very easy, very, we got all the
Yes, so basically zero waste. That's important, right? And also some people, I think, use chopped carrots as well and peas, right? So whatever you have. Yeah, one pot meal, exactly. And it's done in effortless and in such a big time, such a short time.
And it could be done for dinner, it could be party dish.
That's
Bring
correct.
one tray to a party.
Yeah.
Saturdays coming with the
Yes.
Also, a little suggestion, you're gonna be making this in a bigger pan, but you can do this in the smaller little individual pans, and maybe that's also such a great option for many to have an individual shepherd's pie in front of yourself or your guests. We only have 50 seconds left, and we're gonna be browning the beef here in Thermomix. And when we do that, Joanne is gonna start to do potatoes. So a few more seconds, and we're ready to go with beef.
And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat to all panelists and attendees, and I can read them out to these beautiful ladies.
Yes, whoever is on Facebook Live now, please also comment, where are you from? Where are you watching us from? Is this in Canada or somewhere else? And is in United States or Europe? Just tell us where you are. Do you have any story about pâté chinois? Do you have any story about maple custard?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure everybody has something to say. So onion is ready, and the next part is 250 grams of beef. I have that pre-measured, so I can put it in the mixing bowl right away. And very important part is as well for whoever is going to be making this today for the first time, is just to break the little pieces of meat and mix that with onion. So they're going to start to evenly, do browning with our Thermomix function, which is exclusive on TM6 model. So let me just put that back on the base. I can tell you how this is all. It's onions incorporated with meat. You're gonna close that, and with the next step, it tells us all what to do. Now the next part is we're gonna add half a teaspoon of salt, because we need to season it somehow. Of course, if you have your specific, you have specific spices or anything, you can do that. A little bit of pepper as well. Somebody wants to have a little bit less salt, it's okay. Somebody a little bit more salt, it's fine. But trust me, following the recipe, wonderful recipe, I've done it, and it's really, really good. So for that as well, we need to put the splashing guards, which is done. And simply, we're just starting hands-free, we don't need to do anything. We can quickly walk the dog. You can quickly set up laundry, little boy,
So the
laundry.
browning takes about
7
minutes and a half, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so while you usually this is done twice, the browning of meat twice, and then after that we'll wash the bowl, and then we do the potato. But today, because we're online for half an hour only, for 45 minutes, so we're gonna do two TM6 simultaneous. We're gonna cook the potato. Now, what is a shepherd's pie without potato? So we actually have bought Yukon Gold Canadian potato. And they are, I like it a lot just because they are usually more fluffier when you're doing mashing. So we're gonna put sliced potato. So I slice it this big, about 700 grams of potato, all in here.
Nicely sliced.
Yes,
There you go.
and we just simply follow the recipe on Cookidoo, 175 whole milk. This is the one in the Cookidoo recipe. But if you are dairy free, you can use almond milk. You can use coconut milk. That would be great. All right. Insert your lid and measuring cup and cook for 20 minutes on 95 Celsius and reverse speed 1. It's already set in the Cookidoo. So the 20 minutes, we're just gonna be here talking.
That's right.
Having, maybe even having a little sip.
You must smell this beef here, which is just about to be done in 5 minutes. Of course, it needs a little bit of time. And generally speaking, mashed potatoes, the best part of shepherd's pie, in my opinion, to me.
Potato.
Yes, and like Joanne said, we don't need to stick with milk or something. We can of course do a dairy-free option for somebody who cannot have that, or even we can spice it up with something which is also mentioned in hints and tips in the recipe. There is a specific recipe on this new collection, and this is salted herbs.
Yes.
And I've done it myself yesterday, actually, for the first time. Honestly, this is something everybody needs to have in their fridge.
So you put that in a soup, you put it in a.
Correct. You can put that in the mashed potatoes as well. So that's what I did. Actually, we prepared. We decided to prepare one ahead of time, so we can put it in the oven. Actually, right now we can show you how it looks. Okay. So this one is actually mixed already and prepared with salted herbs. So this is the topping is done with potatoes and salted herbs instead only salt. So here in the studio, we're gonna be making this in a traditional way. Why we did it this way? Because we are here, as Joanne mentioned, only 30 minutes. And we wish we can be here for an hour and a half, but it's okay. We can enjoy that later.
You can watch it easy,
Exactly.
You can watch it twice.
You can watch it twice. There you go. Yeah, put it in the oven. Basically 25 minutes, or unless it's getting a little brown, and then speed. See, we are talking about speed here. My goodness. Thermomix is about speeding and everything. So it's speedy cooking and speed. So this word stays in my head all the time.
So
400 degrees. Thank you. 5 minutes. Perfect. That's what we're gonna be.
So 45 minutes on 400 degrees.
No, 25 minutes.
25.
Fahrenheit, which is 200 Celsius.
Yes.
20 Celsius.
And if anybody wants the crispiness on the top, broil in your oven for 1-2 minutes. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, you can have a toast, right?
Yes, you can have a toast.
I think you.
Celebrations to newest collections. We are actually very lucky to be here today. Don't worry, it's just water.
Yeah.
So we are actually, we are privileged to present everything to you all, and also we are extremely lucky to be here in one room together. Smells amazing. Yes.
Yes.
Potatoes too.
You guys are making us so hungry.
So hungry.
The
Yes.
crew behind the camera is just.
Now the potato the recipe calls about 20 minutes, and if after the 20 minutes, you take a fork and shake it and see if it's tender. If not, you can add another 5 minutes. But I've done it yesterday with a Yukon potato, 20 minutes, just enough.
Yeah, because the yellow potatoes are always a bit softer, right? Don't do it white, right?
Yeah, white would be the greatest. Yukon, I think in this recipe is the best.
Yes,
Thank you.
it is
So
the best.
in our opinion, but you can try whoever is going to be cooking that your own way, which is always a good experience. Don't forget, with Cookidoo and our sometimes little modifications to the recipes, we have created our own recipes, something which brings us, something new to our tables. And many times, we shock ourselves what we actually cook in Thermomix. So that's a great thing to have, Cookidoo, the largest, Cookidoo recipe platform on the world. And what did I want to say? See, when we're so proud of, presenting that to you all today.
Let's see if maybe some of the people online have any questions about the recipe. If you do, I'm here ready to read them out.
Like to, post if there's any questions or if
comments.
anybody had any experience with something like that and you'd like to share us, maybe give us the tips because we are learning all the time as well.
Also, the recipes have been out for a couple of days now, right? So maybe somebody has already tried one or two. If you have tried it, please tell us what you've tried and what you liked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right. And don't forget, this is our first Canadian collection which came out on the Cookidoo platform and is not the last one.
Oh no.
It's gonna keep coming for you all because we are all from Samoa. We all brought into into Canada some heritage, some traditions. That's why this is important for us to with this equipment share actually and wake up in some of you a great memories from back home, maybe. And that's what's happening to me practically all the time with Cookidoo recipes. How is my beef going? 16 seconds to go.
Fantastic. We would like to know also maybe from our public, what other recipes would they like to see on further collections? If you have any ideas, if you have childhood memories of something truly Canadian that really, there's not been featured yet, let us know.
This is done. So my first batch of beef is done. Nicely done. You can see this. You can see the.
We can see it.
Right. That's right. It looks perfect.
I'm wondering if
they can see the now what we have to do, we have to move it to 2 seconds to the some bowl on the side, and we're gonna be actually making second batch. So I'm gonna set it up very, very shortly, and after that, there's gonna be again something exciting happening, and that's gonna be Alice presenting her custard. So oil again, and again, this is just a repetition of we started at step 1, onions, and saute again.
Ooh, we have a great suggestion from Laura. We would love to see a peanut butter pie, maybe.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We'll take notes. We will take notes.
Yes. Gonna take notes.
Pass them on to.
Chopping. So while potatoes are in progress, my second, load of beef is gonna be in progress. Then we're gonna combine it together into the, nice dish. Then maybe Alice can tell us about her recipe.
Okay, my recipe is very easy and amazing because yesterday I tried and it's amazing. Okay, in the Cookidoo you can find the recipe, so it's easy to follow. Just clicking the button. So I start with this recipe. So I have to add 200 grams of whole milk. So are you ready for the ingredients? So you don't have to wait. And then you have to click next. And then we have the 150 grams of the cream. Remember that you can use different, if you have a diet free, you can use different milks, you can use a different whipping cream or other ingredients. It's up to the diet to use the ingredients. So you can have a little bit of whipping. Next, 250 grams of maple syrup. And then now it's up to the recipe, but we talk a little bit later about this amazing Canadian product. So Okay. 30 grams of cornstarch. And then next one is 2 eggs. I already prepared also eggs, so directly in the bowl. Okay. Then next again, and now the Thermomix asked me to add the lid with the measuring cup. So this is what I say. Okay. Now I will use a function that is for TM6. That is a thickener. It's amazing. So I have just to turn the knob, and you can have this amazing function that works for you. This function is amazing because you have the perfect custard, the perfect bechamel. Everything is nice and perfect. So, what about the maple syrup? Maple syrup is a Canadian product, and for 70% is from Quebec. This syrup comes from the maple tree, and of course was from the indigenous people very, very long time ago. And they start to have an incision in the tree, a bee, and they put a reeds inside to have the syrup. They save in good butters, and then they do a process with evaporation and so on. When the European comes to Canada, they a little bit provide more tips to use and to product the syrup, and then they improve and improve and improve. So now we have this amazing product, perfect, and we can use it everywhere. Usually I use also raw because it's amazing. I can use also in the coffee. I can use for garnish maybe waffle and other things. So for sometimes I can use also instead of sugar. So you can use it for all things. So in the meantime that we are waiting for my recipes done.
Looks like maple syrup is a great alternative to many things. Myself, the same thing, pancakes or any types of dessert, anything sweet.
It's so
it's
amazing.
perfect. And what I'm about using this also is even salmon. When I put my salmon on the aroma, as a final little touch, I put a little maple syrup. It gives this something, it's different flavor, and we just love it. And sometimes we just have it directly from the aroma, steamed, excellent taste. Trust me, you have to try it. Or you can move it after to the oven just for a broil, still with the maple syrup. You can add additional, maple syrup amount, of course, if you want to. Tastes amazing. A little bit pepper on it, perfect. And cheese flakes with watermelon. Oh, that's perfect.
That's a nice mixture of sweet,
Yeah.
sour, spicy.
Yeah. And
Amazing.
thanks, I discovered a new product that I will use forever. Is the maple sugar that I discovered from the recipe. The recipe is that one. I don't want to cover
The brand.
the brand.
So she
So
covers the
this
brand.
is
There you go.
amazing product, and I discovered yesterday. And also I'm using my coffee. Oh my God! You never stop to use it. It's
So there's
amazing.
something I'm gonna be hunting for around the store.
Yeah. Now, do you know that 1 liter of maple syrup is coming from 40 liters? So 40 liters of that is
Reduce.
reduced into 1 liter. So every jar that you see on the supermarket, but it's from, I know it's very precious. And every year I go to my children to look at this maple stacking. It's just wonderful. And that's what the 30 centimeters they do. And then they preserve it into making that maple sugar, maple candy, and then they use the maple flour. And
Right.
that's how they preserve it.
That's why this dessert today, maple custard, it's gonna be amazing. I haven't done it yet, so There you go, Alice prepared.
So this is for me.
And here, something
We also prepare Canadian strawberry shortcake, but it's a little bit messy because we have too hot in this room. So it was nice before. I'm so sorry.
It's
okay.
We will enjoy it for sure. We will enjoy it for sure. If the cake is melting, we are melting here from excitement, from you know what's happening here. There is an oven behind us running.
And
So
TM6, one
yes.
potato, one brownie, and one is
Yes.
custard. And they're all at the same time. We don't need nothing.
So don't get nervous, whoever wants to prepare, pâté chinois, we do use 2 Thermomix just to cut on the length of time a little bit, so you all can actually, see how things are working and how it is, okay?
So pâté chinois was one of the ranked top dish for Quebec French people.
2007,
Yes, so
it's their national Quebec, French Quebec dish, right?
yes,
Yeah, which is amazing. So that's why I think it's so popular, and many French Canadians are had it at home when they were little. And we hope we are doing this in a correct way, presenting the recipe is wonderful. We just
And
giving
we
you
tried
tips from us.
tried it, right?
Oh yes, it's
very
lovely. It's
delicious.
really lovely. My son says it has to be on our table very often.
Oh, that's
So,
all.
so
Yeah.
that's what it is.
And we're wondering here if there are any other ingredients that are our public, maybe truly Canadian ingredients that they love to use in their food. If you do have any, just put them in the chat.
Right.
We will
Yes, that would be
discuss.
great.
Any suggestion is
Absolutely.
Yes, any suggestions are very welcome.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody would like to, post on Facebook their own edition of specific, Canadian dish, and maybe, who knows, maybe it's gonna be published one day on our Cookidoo.
And
That would be
also,
great.
if someone is cooking with us, please post your dish because it's amazing to have this feedback, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So it looks
Well,
like,
And if
our
they're
food
not
is
cooking
ready.
right now, but they will try maybe in the next, few days or so. They- We would love to see our dishes in the Thermomix Canada Facebook community
Yes.
and having all our amazing clients,
And that
posting.
make us proud.
Exactly.
What I'm
Please
making
do.
right now, I'm just pretty much putting everything into the bowl, because there's gonna be one more thing
Smells so
happening.
good.
It's
Oh, wow.
And imagine the secret here is in the simplicity. So whatever spices we used here so far was salt, pepper, garlic, and that brings enough flavor so we can actually enjoy it. Now the next part, so I'm gonna here. We need to put fresh parsley, because that's gonna be a part of the meat, which is gonna be in the shepherd's pie, pâté chinois. So then the next part is we're gonna be chopping it. I love when Thermomix is chopping any herbs for me. Just in case, I'm gonna cover it a little bit.
Can I just say that aside from the smell, there's such a positive, great energy in this studio.
We are happy to be here. We are so happy that we're gonna be actually be able to taste it again. This for the first time for me, and the others for you ladies. And sometimes, depending on what type of parsley we use, if this was, the curly parsley or Italian flat parsley, we might want to put it into the mixing for one more time, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. Also, one of my favorite methods when I'm chopping any types of meat is simply just gonna go back with the step. Chop again, is simply dropping everything to the spinning knife. So that's a wonderful method which never fails. It's just gravitation pulls the ingredients down, and voila, we have everything nicely chopped. So here you go. Everything is done. It's nicely chopped. Now we're gonna be putting here. I'm gonna just, I don't know if you guys can see it or not.
It's very fine.
It's nicely fine done.
Always when you chop something with a Thermomix, You can
smell.
Yes.
It's
And
I don't know.
sweet. It's sweet.
Right. It must be something in the blade or something. It's magic.
Magic. I know the Chinese cooking it was delicious. I love that.
Ladies, we have a comment from Beatrix. She's saying that both these recipes that we're preparing right now are on her to-do list. So Beatrix, when you do that, we look forward to see it.
Amazing.
We are see the photos.
We are looking forward to see that. Yes, place them, put them on our Thermomix Canada community site. We're looking forward to this. The next part is red paprika, so peppers. Red pepper. And then the next part is Worcester sauce. I never say that correctly.
Worcester. Worcester sauce.
You heard that, right?
Yeah, I had that yesterday as well in another show. It's the week of the Worcester
It's one of
sauce.
the words that I cannot say.
Yeah, it's the British because it's Worcester. But
Yes,
it's like that.
Perfect. And of course, it asks us for a little bit salt and pepper again. If you would think that, oh, sorry, I'm not doing this right. If you would think that the meat is not, done correctly. And then we're putting in here the meat that we prepared. There you go.
The meat is going in to blend. Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna be nicely mixing it.
Okay. Well, our potato is done here, cooking for 20 minutes. I'm gonna go take a look.
It's great. And if I may, whilst you ladies are doing all, finishing and taking out the food, I would like to just say that as soon as all this lockdown is over and as we're slowly opening, the studio in Toronto will be opening too. So we look forward to slowly not just cook from here, but welcoming our clients and having some really nice classes here.
Yes. So if anybody on Facebook Live couldn't hear us, because I think we're on the two, right?
Yeah.
We are looking forward to see everybody in Canada in person here in our Toronto studio.
Woo-hoo.
Just want to let you see 20 minutes of mashed potato. It's already cooked. It's
Beautiful.
almost done.
Very fluffy already.
A lot of flavors, a lot of happening. So right now we have ready meat here. We're just gonna place it here.
Also, my custard is ready. So now I will. We are like champions here.
Yes. Teamwork.
All right. So after the mashed potato is kind of cooked, well, it's not kind. It's completely cooked. I'm gonna put 30 grams of butter. Gonna mix it, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of ground savory. So Eva, you did it with the salted earth. So on this one, we're gonna put correct grounded savory. Okay. And then we're gonna blend it for 15 seconds.
Love this teamwork, ladies. This is amazing.
Yeah. And
I finish my recipe now.
the hand that you have to add in the topping is amazing. Again,
No brand.
no brand, exactly. So I will add just a little bit on the top, just to cover. I would like to try to do. I never tried, but I think it works. If we use like to burn a little bit, I think it works. So I will try, and I will post on the Canada Thermomix community. So now I want to.
So now we know that Alicia for Christmas will ask for a wagon load of maple sugar.
And I think lots of you probably started to go on Amazon and look for one, right?
Yeah. Or your nearest store. There's some really nice deli that carry.
Texture, lovely.
Yeah. So the recipe said that if you have a little bit of custard in the plate, you can use easily the turbo function. So now the recipe is finished, as the Cookidoo said. So you can use the function, the turbo function, to clean very quickly the blades. So if you use for 2 seconds, 2 times, we need to wait that this cool down. But anyway, you can use this function at 2 speed to clean up very well the base, and you have just to use then the function to this one. Let me see. The function to clean the Thermomix, the self-cleaning, and you are okay. You can use again the bowl. Okay?
Good. So back to pâté chinois, Canadian version of French, Canadian version of shepherd's pie. The next part, which comes on the lovely meat, you must smell it, is the corn. It can be the whole corn or it can be creamy corn. So it has to be here on the beef, and everybody who made one before, it's starting to get even better and better. Everybody can see what's happening in here. So we can maybe, I can tilt it a little back so everybody can see. We had a layer of nicely done beef, and then we have corn. And Joanne now is gonna put potatoes, the whole thing. Right.
Very, very
It's
nice.
already like very simple.
You can see that
Maybe
very much.
I can help with my spatula. What's better than one spatula? Two spatulas. There you go.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
That's fantastic.
You can see that
You
we have
ladies are-
done this dish like effortlessly.
And you
we're
can-
talking so much.
I think a third spatula is going to come out soon.
And if anybody wonders why there is a little, different color to potatoes, because of the herb, the savory herb, which I not long ago discovered what it means in Polish. And now, from now on, I know what I'm going to be buying in Polish stores, of course, that particular spice. Lovely, lovely, aromatic, specifically used with potatoes and the meats as well. And it has many good, meanings in terms of health as well. So make sure you add that into your mashed potatoes, because I think this is one of the key to have this mashed, shepherd's pie very, very uniquely different, different taste.
I have to add for my recipe also that you can eat cold or hot, depends on your habits. And also you can use the custard for pies for every different uses. So it's something that you can use forever.
Great.
And just to be a little bit fancy, Joanne started, and I'm gonna finishing that. Here we can use fork to make a little design on the pâté. Why not to be a little bit fancy, right?
And after that, we're gonna sprinkle some.
Yes. And now the butter.
About 30 grams of butter to let it melt while we're baking. Now that one is almost done. Yeah.
There you go. We're just playing a little bit with that.
Okay, ladies, we're really getting over the time slightly, but that's great. Just if you can show you maybe the finished
We're
products.
now going to be
And
showing the ready product from the oven.
these are great tips that you're giving. Thank you so much also, Joanna, to add the butter and
So we're
show.
gonna move this to the back, and then Eva is gonna show us the. Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's take this out. We have another. There's this thing. Fancy little box. Hey.
So Alice, those are beautiful looking gifts that maybe you can even do when your guests are over.
When you have a party, you can have this with the. Yes.
Lovely.
So this is our.
So beautiful little jars with nice
Now we're gonna try to move it. Of
Canadian
course,
ribbons.
When it's hot, it's not easy to move it
I
to the
think we'll
plate,
just show. Yeah, we can just show it
and it will
because
show
when
you.
it's hot, it's maybe not. Yeah, it's
Usually
hard to.
you have to wait a few minutes, but
Yeah,
Like
to set,
maybe-
right?
just
Yes.
to- yeah.
So when you take it out of the oven, you would wait what, about 10, 15?
5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yes.
about 10 minutes.
Yes.
And then it will maintain
It
that
will-
kind
yeah.
of nice, like a lasagna,
So
right?
what
Like,
we will show, we're gonna show actually the side as we took out, you know, things from the. There you
but
go.
I know that
That.
the,
Can you see from here?
that's beautiful. Yes, we can see that. And I mean, and we can smell it,
Needs
but
to set
I-
a little
that's-
bit touch on the broil, and that's it.
you ladies did a fantastic job. Everybody is loving it. We are getting a lot of nice comments. And can we just mention the strawberry shortcake
Yes.
challenge
Yes.
before we close?
So strawberry shortcake challenge. Everybody who can actually go into the newest Cookidoo collection, look for the recipe. Or if you have your own recipe and you can share it on our site, Canada Thermomix community, with the hashtag
Thermomix,
Thermomix
oh,
of
Canada.
that would be great. We are looking forward to this. This is a signature dessert for Canada Day.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you again for
Bye.
watching us.
Thank
Happy
you.
Canada Day.
Thank you. And bye from Toronto.
Bye.